All right, YouTube. This is Detroit's HPTV coming to you out of Detroit on this Wednesday night. I usually make my videos in the morning, but this is a story I wanted y'all to see tonight. Now, we all know that Jasmine Crockett has become famous in the news as the spokesperson for the Democratic Party, right? Now, all of a sudden, I guess they say she's went too far because all the main liberals are coming out against her. You got The View telling her she wrong. Van Jones telling her she wrong. All of a sudden, it seems like they understand that Jasmine Crockett was destroying the Democratic Party. She was all The View and all them women wrapped up into one. Like one giant caricature of the liberal left. And she was destroying the party. So much so that Bernie Sanders and AOC got a whole movement ready to throw a coup on the Democratic Party. Y'all ain't been watching AOC and Bernie Sanders? So they got the kind of chaos they want right in their own party. But without further ado, let me get into this clip. I'm doing a reaction to Greg Foreman's video. And you got to see this. This for fair usage under the 1976 Copyright Act for education and commentary. Let's watch. We're going to call this As the Lib Turns.
About emergency management, and they don't care about free speech, all of which are harming American people. In fact, I'm going to skip off real quick because they have tried to come for you, Miss Mayor, and I just want to clarify, you did not work for NPR when those statements were made, did you?
That is correct, Madam.
And to be clear, free speech is not about whatever it is that y'all want somebody to say. And the idea that you want to shut down everybody that is not Fox News is bullshit. We need to stop playing because that's what y'all are doing in here. You don't want to hear the opinions of anybody else. And the Constitution says Congress shall make no law respecting or establishing of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof or abridging the
gentlewoman's time has expired. The gentlewoman's time has expired.
She's new. She's young and she's trying to find her way. I think that this party is scrambling, trying to seem tough, and I'm seeing this party traffic in a lot of curse words. That's supposed to be like the new cool thing to do. I don't think that's going to be as useful. I even heard Pete Buttigieg with a whole bunch of curse words. I don't know who gave that memo. I don't think that's very useful. I think you have to be very careful when you're talking about people with disabilities, and I don't think she was careful, and I don't know her enough to say she's not being honest. I'm going to tell you, it sounded bad. And
y'all know how many people she offended? Have y'all ever heard about the Americans with Disabilities Administration? There's a whole American with Disabilities Act. For real. Now, her rhetoric has gotten to the point to where they throwing her under the bus. We know them Dems is good for throwing them under the bus. That's why.
I just want to finish. I think this party is trying to find a way to look tough and to show fight, but this is not the way. I don't think the cursing is going to work. I think I've been on stage and I've gotten a little bit hyped sometimes too. I hope that she will take this as lessons. You talked about learning lessons, that type of stuff. It doesn't sound to me like she's actually taking full responsibility. If that's true, I don't like it, and she can't do that again. She's too important to us to do that again.
What I fear is that no lesson could ever be learned as long as you're doing these things in front of audiences who roar when you do it.
Boy. So we got to talk about the massive backlash that ghetto Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett is receiving for making fun of Texas Governor Greg Abbott and his disability. Okay, he's in a wheelchair. I believe that he had an accident when he was younger. Okay, I think a tree fell on him, and he's disabled. Right, he can't walk. He's in a wheelchair, and for whatever reason, Jasmine Crockett decided to make jokes about it. Right, to make fun of Texas Governor Greg Abbott. And now she's facing a whole lot of backlash because not only was the joke not in good taste, but also at the same time, she is refusing to apologize. In fact, she is now gaslighting the American people on the fact that she was talking about the governor's disability in the first place, right? She claims that, no, I wasn't talking about that. I was talking about the governor being racist, right? Him sending illegal immigrants to cities run by black people, right? That is her excuse, right? That's her excuse. Instead of just owning up to it and, I don't know, apologizing and say, hey, I was wrong. I should not make those type of jokes. Nope, she's doubling and triple down.
I put out a statement regarding that.
You didn't apologize.
I put out a statement. Why would I apologize when I put out a statement? My statement was clear.
But you didn't
My statement was
calling
clear.
him Governor
My
Hospital
statement
when he
was
gets
clear.
around in a wheelchair.
I don't know how that's offensive. I don't understand how many times you need me to repeat this to you.
Right, but why won't you apologize?
I put out a statement.
They did not apology.
So read my statement.
I did read it. Did not get an apology.
Okay, well, I'm done.
You don't feel bad about making fun of someone
I'm done.
is in a wheelchair, calling her Governor Hospital?
Now, to my surprise, you actually have some decent liberal backlash against Jasmine Crockett, okay? You have some people that are defending the nonsense, right? And then they'll pretend as if they're better people, right, than half the country, but yet they'll defend this type of stuff. And then you have others who are saying, you know what, this is definitely not a good look for Jasmine Crockett, right? And to my surprise, the cackling heads on The View, it seems as if they are basically coming out against Jasmine Crockett in her comments saying that, hey, this is not okay. And I just find this to be interesting because if The View is turning on a Democrat, then you know they messed up when you see that happening. So without further ado, let's go ahead.
Do you know how many people it is in this country with disabilities, in wheelchairs, in nursing homes, with caregivers, with children that's taking care of their elderly parents or their handicapped child? You know how many people she really offended? Just think about that. And now The View has finally had to eat crow a little bit because they don't want no parts of this. They don't want no parts of this.
Get into this.
Last night, Texas Governor Greg Abbott responded to a comment made about him by Jasmine Crockett. And we're going to show you. Take a look.
Y'all know we got Governor Hot Wheels down there. Come on now. And the only thing hot about him is that he is a hot ass mess, honey.
This is another day and another disaster by the Democrats. The reality is they have no vision, no policy. They have nothing to sell but hate, and Americans are not buying it.
Now, Congresswoman Crockett denies she was mocking Abbott's disability. She says she was referring to his use of trains, planes, and automobiles to transfer migrants around the country.
That ain't even a good lie. I was talking about the planes and the trains. That's why I called him Governor Hot Wheels. That's not even a good lie. Man, is this y'all leader? Democrats, is this y'all leader? No wonder AOC and Bernie Sanders is about to throw a coup on y'all.
Should not have made the comment at all, but Joy.
Yeah, well, I was just thinking when I saw this about, where was the outrage from Abbott when Trump was doing this?
Written by a nice reporter. Now the poor guy, you got to see this guy. Oh, I don't know what I said. I don't remember. He's going like, I don't remember. Maybe that's what I said.
Well, again, I think Democrats, again, overt partisans like Joy Behar, they're forgetting that your whole thing is that that's not us, right? If your whole brand, if your whole thing is that we're not like that, you can't play the whataboutism game, right? The whataboutism game does not work when you are pitching to the American people, that's not us. We don't do that. So when a Democrat does that, instead of saying, oh, well, Trump did it, look at this, which again happened over 10 years ago, by the way, right? I mean, again, American people have decided that, hey, clearly, it's not that big of a deal, okay? And in this case, I'm not triggered by what Jasmine Crockett did. Again, I'm just saying the point here is that Democrats claim that they're above that. So if they're above that, then you have to condemn Jasmine Crockett. To just point a finger at Trump, that's not enough, right? Because ultimately what you're telling the American people is that you want to criticize Trump for doing something that you do, right? That you participate in.
That was about a reporter named Serge Kovaleski who suffered from a condition that restricts joint movement. And he had interviewed Trump many times in the 80s. So he was basically making fun of the guy's disability. And I didn't hear the outrage then. Not that she's right or wrong.
Yeah, but again, we heard outrage for the Democrats. So because Democrats were outraging about that, then they have to outrage about this, right? That's how that works. Again, this is why the whataboutism game doesn't work for Democrats in this situation, because you were outraging about Trump doing that. So if you really feel that bad about it, if it's really that bad, then you should be upset about it. You should call it out, right? What Trump did is irrelevant. The only thing that's relevant right now is that Jasmine Crockett did this. You claim that it is a bad thing. You should not mock and make jokes about disabled people, right? Like that. You said you shouldn't do that. So if that's how you feel, then you have to criticize her for it. The fact that Joy Behar doesn't want to criticize Jasmine Crockett, again, I thought it'd be pretty interesting. Maybe she doesn't want to be called racist. Who knows? Okay, because again, she is basically going to be by herself when it comes to her opinion on this situation.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about her, she was looking for a way to say hot mess and hot wheels.
Yeah.
And, you should leave that stuff to the Canadians.
I think
You see that Greg was right in what he said, because she just tried to actually make an excuse for her. She was trying to say hot mess. She got it mixed up and all that. But watch Whoopi and the rest of them.
should just own it, because Jasmine Crockett is a very talented politician. Crockett, sorry, is a very talented communicator, politician. She's effective. People gravitate towards her. This was beneath her, because Marjorie Taylor Greene, we expect that. That's the only way she can get a headline is by saying crazy stuff, and then everyone looks.
Well, I mean, that's the only way that Jasmine Crockett can get ahead. What are you talking about? Again, I hate this whole fake centrist stick from Sarah Haynes. It's like, you're not a centrist. You're a liberal. You're a Democrat. Just own it, right? You're telling Jasmine Crockett to own it. Please own your Democrat label, because Jasmine Crockett is not better than Marjorie Taylor Greene. Let's be real, okay? What has Jasmine Crockett done, right? She hasn't done anything. She hasn't accomplished anything. She hasn't passed any major piece of legislation. No, I'm not saying that Marjorie Taylor Greene has either, but to pretend as if Jasmine Crockett is above Marjorie Taylor Greene is just crazy. It's nonsense. When ultimately, at the end of the day, Jasmine Crockett, she's in the same boat as AOC and the squad and the rest of them, right? All they do is just create chaos, and they don't really accomplish anything, right? What are they actually doing outside of fundraising? That's what they're doing. They're fundraising and they're being loud. That's what they're doing. They're agents of chaos. So to sit here and pretend like Jasmine Crockett is above Marjorie Taylor Greene, right? Or that she's better than Marjorie Taylor Greene is just, it's ridiculous. It's nonsense, okay? Again, Jasmine Crockett is trying to be a social media star. That's what she's trying to do. She's trying to go viral. This is why she's lashing out, because she doesn't have talent. She can't legislate. She can't actually get things done. She admitted it. No, I can't legislate, right? I can't legislate right now. So therefore, I'm not even going to try to do it. So, it's stuff like this.
I had to add on to what Greg's saying. She might be trying to go viral. She is going viral because she is content. She's content. They was talking early this morning about her cussing, and before the day was over, she was back cussing again in front of the media.
Well, I hate fake centrism. I really do. Real centrism would be saying that, hey, she's just trying to create a whole lot of chaos and a whole lot of noise, just like we see some members of the GOP try to do so as well, too, because let's be real, they're on both sides, right? That is actually a real centrist, unbiased take, right? That would be the unbiased take. But to say that Jasmine Crockett, again, is above Marjorie Taylor Greene, again, this is just liberal Democrat hackery disguised as centrism.
Representative Crockett is so much better than this. So I think it would have been really relatable, because the rest of that speech, if you watch it, she's really impassioned. She says, I'm going off script. What I love a politician to do is say, you know what, I said that. I shouldn't have said that. And then move on, because then everyone would move on with her. Yeah. She's just too good for this.
So she indirectly calling Jasmine a lie. Jasmine said she didn't say that. She didn't mean it like that. She was talking about the planes and the trains. The View, they're not buying it. They saying she should just admit it. Just admit you said you did it and keep moving. Stop lying. That's what they saying. Stop lying.
I agree with that because I respect her, but it's just never okay to mock someone's disability, whether you're Donald Trump or Jasmine Crockett. And he was paralyzed from the waist down, Governor Abbott, and when he was 29 years old, a tree fell on him. It's a tragedy, whether you like him or not. That's just off limits. And I think it raises this bigger point that we encounter in the Trump era, where just because he or some people like him go low, if we all go low back in response, then you just end up down in the mud. Things don't get better then. And right now, there's this whole question, like, should Democrats fight harder? Should they name call back? Should they shout? I think they should be strategic. I think they should. I don't think that the names help. I think right now there's a Wisconsin Supreme Court race that Elon Musk is pouring millions of dollars into to get the Republicans seated. Democrats have a chance to fight there and have a strategic, tangible impact. Or Mike Waltz's seat in Florida, the national security advisor, is up in a special election. You could win a House seat. Do that rather than the name calling and trying to get headlines.
But the reason Donald Trump has all of these people following him is because he did that name calling. It attracts the press in a way.
Yeah, demagogues are going to demagogue.
But I'm sorry. I was just going to say, you have to be so careful with what you say because your intentions may have been absolutely what you said. But once people hear you say something, it is not about what you said. It's about what they think your intentions are.
How many of you guys out there think ABC actually made them come out and told them that they had to denounce Jasmine Crockett? How many of y'all think that ABC might have said, with all the attention we've been getting negatively, now she's attacking the handicap? So what do you think?
So everybody's got to be really careful.
How about sometimes we have a headline about Whoopi and Joy, and then when you read the article, they love each other. They love each other.
I should know
that's another
she made the joke before about him, Hot Wheels, numerous
And what did she say that time?
There was like 3 or 4 examples. Referred to him as Governor Hot Wheels, said he was rolling up to the White House, said he...
she lied, right? She lied about...
The View had receipts. Think about that. The View had receipts of how many times she done said it in the past, debunking her lie.
Saying that, I was talking about Greg Abbott sending the illegals to black cities. Yeah, she lied, right? She 100% lied. She was making fun of his disability. And again, that is what makes this weak to be, right? In my opinion, Jasmine Crockett is supposed to be so strong. Well, if she's so strong, then she should own it, right? We all know that that's what she was doing, right? A strong person would come out and say, yeah, that's exactly what I was doing, right? And that's it, right? And acknowledge it. But gaslighting and lying about what you were doing and trying to insult my intelligence, because that's what she's doing when she comes out here and tries to claim that she wasn't mocking his disability. It's just making it worse because you're treating the American people like they're dumb. But then again, Jasmine Crockett believes that the American people are slow, right? That's what anybody who doesn't understand her and what she says, right, that misinterprets what she says, well, you're just slow, right? You're just slow according to her. That is what she believes.
Yeah, I think that
not a good idea.
Yeah, it's not just, you just don't mock people with disabilities. I mean,
you don't mock people.
You don't mock people. I was going to say, you just don't mock people at all. And I admire Jasmine Crockett. I do.
Look back here. She trending. They talking about on here right now. She everywhere. And you know it's bad when Sonny Hostin has to come out and go against you. They had to definitely make Sonny a legend.
I think she's an effective messenger. I think this was a mistake. And I think when you make a mistake, you have to own it. You have to do that because it gives you a lot more credibility when you do that. I did not know that Governor Abbott was a paraplegic. I had no idea that he went around, and the people in the audience all started shaking their heads. I didn't know that. I didn't know he was, a tree fell on him when he was 26. A lot of his photos are taken from the step down, from the waist up. But she is the representative from Texas. So she very much so must have known that he is in a wheelchair. And so I hope that she does the right thing. They want to censure her.
Sonny calling her a lie too. Wow. What a difference a day makes.
That's not appropriate, but it is appropriate for her to apologize.
If you want me to take everything you say when he talks about different people, you said, no, I was just joking. Okay. Then let's all do that right now and say, she made a mistake.
Yeah.
And we're going to move on. We're not censoring people. We're not going to do it. We're going to say to people, just don't do it. Don't.
Whoopi, she not even saying she made a mistake. She's saying that she meant something else and we didn't understand it. She's not saying she made a mistake. Whoopi.
Make jokes, as Joy says. What is it?
Leave it to the comedian.
Yeah. So The View, they're begging for Jasmine Crockett to not be censured by Congress, but at the same time, they're saying that she should apologize and what she said was wrong. That was probably one of the more reasonable clips that I've seen from The View, especially from Sunny, because I think that she actually made a pretty decent point when it comes to how refusing to acknowledge when you're wrong, when you're clearly and obviously in the wrong. Okay, when you do something wrong, it defeats your credibility, right? I think that that's honestly probably the best point that I heard during that segment, because the Democrats are severely lacking when it comes to credibility, right? That's part of the reason why.
I'm gonna end on that note. Shout out to Greg Foreman. But yeah, they calling her a lie. As we've seen with how they did Joe Biden, how they use a cosplaying chameleon, Kamala Harris, all the things, how Joe Biden went out the door, pardoned everybody but the black people, pardoned his whole family. We know the Democrats are known for betraying their own and throwing them under the bus. And what you're seeing, ladies and gentlemen, is them about to throw her under the bus. It's all downhill from here. Signing to you out of Detroit. This is Detroit's HPTV. As always, salute to all patrons. Keep your head on the swivel. Like, share, and subscribe. Peace.